guys, so even though it was only probably less than a week, maybe a little bit more since my last video went up, I feel like I haven't actually sat down and filmed for ages and ages, so sorry if I'm going to be a bit rambly and long-winded in this video. It just feels like I haven't really been in the filming swing of things for a while. Also, if it's really noisy, I'm sorry, I had to put the window open because it's just so hot in here. I'm not sure why. It is actually raining outside, but for some reason my flat is just baking, so yeah. Sorry if you can hear the occasional screaming child or a car going past. This month's favourites is relatively small, but there are a few real standout products that I've just been loving. And the first one of those is a paint pot from MAC, and this is in the colour Éclair, and I'm glad that I actually like this because it took me so long to track down. It was from their Baking Beauties collection, which was one of their limited lines that they do every so often. I'm not sure if it's still out, if you can still get hold of it, but this one you definitely can't. I basically had to phone up MAC customer services, look on all the websites that stocked it, like Debenhams and John Lewis and all the places that actually stock MAC, and then I had to ring around about 6 or 7 different department stores to see if they could mail order it to me. So, you know, I did a lot of legwork for this, and I'm glad I like it. It is a beautiful, beautiful colour though. It's a real kind of rich, almost like bronzy chocolate brown, and it's slightly shimmery but nothing too intense, nothing too glittery. But it just makes for the most beautiful, simple smoky eye. I'm all about the simple makeup when it comes to like a deep smoky eye. I like using just one product that I can literally blend all around the eye just to give that kind of like real deep effect. I actually prefer to use a brush for this rather than my fingers, so I'll just take it on a kind of fluffy blending brush and literally just buff it all over my eye, and it's just the nicest colour. Literally the only thing I've been wearing all month. I think I've forgotten all the other eyeshadows I actually own because this is all that I'm seeing at the moment. I've been trying to embrace more natural skin, you know, more kind of like sheer foundations rather than the full coverages, which I do still love, but it's so much more comfortable and easy to wear, like a tinted moisturiser or a BB cream in the summer when it's just really hot and you don't want a lot of product on your skin. So this is the Idealia BB cream from Vichy, and when it comes to BB creams, I'm kind of a bit on the fence about them. I don't know if they really have any more benefits than like a glorified tinted moisturiser, but this one I really, really like. It's got quite a good coverage, and I think that's what I prefer from BB creams, but at the same time it's not really thick and it's not kind of really heavy. It doesn't have too much moisture to it. I find a lot of them can be quite oily and quite shiny, and as I have kind of like combination skin, it's not always the best thing to put on it. This one is actually supposed to be kind of like really good for pigmentation, brightening the skin up, you know, smoothing any uneven tone, and I haven't, you know, noticed too much of that. I think it's quite hard for a product like a foundation to do that when you've already got layers of skincare, so like serums and moisturisers in my case. Those are the products I used before this. But you know, I do like it as just a foundation, like a tinted moisturiser kind of thing. It's got SPF 25 in it, so it's great for summer. It's going to protect my skin. I'm always so cautious about wearing a good high SPF. I think the main thing I like about it though is that it just gives me a nice even complexion. It feels like, you know, I've got enough coverage, but it doesn't feel heavy and it doesn't look too overdone. So yeah, I've been really loving this month. So my last makeup favourite is mascara, and it's kind of quite rare for me to actually try new mascaras because I love my Max Factor Masterpiece Max and my Clinique Lash Power, and that's pretty much what I stick to. But this is from number 7. This is the Stay Perfect Long Lasting Volume, and I actually used this in one of my last makeup videos, which was my grab and go makeup, and I just find that this stuff does not budge. I suffer really badly from kind of like panda eyes, I guess you could say. Mascaras just seem to smudge on me so badly. I get kind of like black rings after about an hour, and so far it's only the Clinique Lash Power and the Bottom Lash mascaras from them that don't budge on me, but this one literally doesn't go anywhere. It's really good, and it's got a nice wand as well. It's not too big and it's not too small, so the only downfall with the Clinique ones are the ones are really tiny, so you can't really get like a good bit of, you know, long volumized lash going on, but this is just kind of in the middle. Even though it is supposed to be a volumizing formula, I wouldn't say it was the best at really thickening my lashes out, so I do tend to just stick to this on the bottom lashes, but as far as like a real long-lasting mascara goes, it's amazing. This next favourite I'm just going to really quickly mention because you're probably all sick of me talking about it. I think I've mentioned it in so many posts, and it was even in my last month's favourites, and this is the Origins Ginseng Moisturiser, and I cannot get enough of this stuff. I've already bought another one even though I'm only halfway through this. It's just the nicest kind of lightweight, almost like gel texture moisturiser that still really hydrates. So for me, who has kind of like oily combination skin, it's brilliant at hydrating but not being too kind of greasy or heavy. I think this just works so well under makeup. It just creates like the perfect base, gives you enough hydration to stop any like dry patches coming through, but it just really doesn't make making makeup budge at all. It doesn't go anywhere with this under me. I'm probably going to bore you with this next one, but it's another skincare product that I've been loving, and it's the Emma Hardy Amazing Face Cleansing Balm. I know everyone always goes on about this, but it is so nice. I used this probably a year ago, year and a half ago, just for a month or so. Really liked it, but then didn't repurchase it for some reason and just carried on using like my Liz L one or an Eve Lom one that I used to have. But I've had this now for about a month, and I've been using it pretty much every single day twice, which is kind of rare for me because I like to kind of chop and change with my cleansers. But I've just noticed that my skin has benefited from it so much, just sticking to one. And you know, not only is this a really great kind of makeup remover, but it's a beautiful cleanser. It really leaves your skin feeling just plumped and kind of fresh, but really deeply cleansed without, you know, being stripped at all. So, you know, if you're still on the fence about this, and if you haven't tried it, which is probably kind of like 1% of the population, I definitely recommend, you know, either getting a sample or just trying out a small size, because it's just an amazing cleanser. I'm sure these next two products will be cropping up in quite a few June favourites videos this month because they've just recently come out, but they are amazing. And this is the Bumble and Bumble Surf Shampoo and Conditioner. I've been waiting for these to come out for so long, even before they were announced. I've always loved their surf spray, their sea salt spray, which just gives you like a rough up kind of beachy texture to your hair, and these are the shampoo and conditioner that go with that. So they kind of give you a real kind of like messy, matte, real kind of like gritty texture to the hair without feeling like it's dirty at all, but just in a kind of way, a way that your hair feels like after the second day of washing it, you know, just where it's got a bit more texture, a bit more hold, and you can do a lot more with it. The one little thing that is slightly annoying about them is they are quite drying, especially if you're like me and you have quite long hair, which is, you know, getting pretty damaged at the ends. They do dry out slightly, that's because of the salt and things that are in it, but I like to kind of alternate them with a more moisturising shampoo and conditioner. So I'll use these, and then the next time I wash my hair, I've been using something like the Redken All Soft range, and then use these again. And it just kind of like keeps that texture in the hair, but without really dehydrating it. Last favourite is a shower product, and when it comes to moisturising after getting out of like the bath or shower, I'm so lazy about it. I really just don't do it as often as I should. But when I saw this had come out, I literally ran for the shelf and grabbed it, and it's the Nivea In Shower Body Moisturiser. So basically you put this on after kind of like washing your skin, and it feels like a real runny lotion, and you kind of like massage it all in, leave it for like a minute or so. I just tend to wash it off straight away, and then like just rinse. I have found that you don't actually notice it doing anything until you're actually out of the shower and you've like dried yourself off, and you can just feel this like layer of moisture over your skin, not in a way that it's, you know, sticky or greasy to touch that you can't put clothes on top, but just like it's really put a lot of hydration, you know, into your skin. So this is just brilliant for lazy people like me who want to use moisturiser but just can't be bothered after a shower. And you know, I've actually used pretty much all of this up, so I have purchased the extremely large size. The only thing that I will say about this is it goes quite quickly. I don't know if it's because I'm using too much or, you know, it just comes out, you know, too fast, but I have used this up in probably like 3 or 4 weeks. So, you know, for me, I'd say that's quite a short time for it to all go. But look at this, this is literally the size of my head, and I have quite a large head. This is only about £4 though, so it's not going to break the bank if you do need to keep stocking up on it, and I think I definitely will be using this for a long time. So those are my June favourites, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching all those, and I will see you all soon.